Yo guys, how's it going? In this tutorial we have another interesting tutorial about XSS vulnerability in the Pentesterlab website, which I was talking about this website a lot with you guys. So right now I think you know about this website. If you want to exercise mostly about web penetration testing and bug bounty stuff, there are a lot of exercise existing in this website which you can use. Okay, this exercise is XSS07, and in this exercise we will learn a lot, honestly, because I did this exercise already. Let's go for it. Here you go. There is XSS vulnerability in this website, and it's saying the vulnerability is in this URL, and this URL has a parameter with the name of name. Yeah, the name of the parameter is name with the value of hacker. First, I'm going to go to the view page source because I want to see if I can see the reflection of hacker. Go to left, hacker, and I'm going to see it here. And the bad thing or the good thing is the reflection of hacker is inside the script. So, and it's inside the variable $a variable, which means this website is PHP. So it can be the worst, because easily we can escape from this one quotation and execute our main script, that means our malicious JavaScript payload. But let's see what's gonna happen. If I'm going to put double quotation here, hacker here, as you can see, just get encode. What about other pattern? This one, I'm just asking this one to see if it's going to. What about this? Where is hacker? Yeah, even this is just going to get encode. This is just going to get encode. You know, lower, higher. What about this? It's not going to get encode. So we understand, like, some special characters in this website are going to get encode. And as I explained to you in a previous tutorial, one of the way to protect our website and sanitize our inputs, it's about encoding. And in the previous tutorial I was talking about the Flask Python script, Flask web application, small web application, which had a certain parameter, and we wrote it together. And that parameter, first we didn't sanitize that parameter, so we get the XSS, and then we use the HTML library with the HTML.escape function and sanitize our parameter. And that HTML.escape function, what was doing, that function was trying to encode most of the special characters this hacker use to escape from the strings and inject their own payload. And those characters can be like, let me show you in Notepad++, Notepad++. Here, those characters can be these characters, double quotation, one quotation, higher, lower, parentheses, and these kind of characters. So module HTML function HTML.escape will encode some of these special characters, so hacker cannot use these special characters to inject their own payload. And that's good, because it's kind of sanitization, and it's kind of helpful for programmers to sanitize their inputs to avoid from injection attack like SQL injection and XSS and so on. But this website is a PHP website, as you can see here, $, and so the way how they sanitize their input, that's not good, because it's not going to sanitize all of these characters. It will sanitize, for example, higher, lower, and double quotation, but it didn't sanitize parentheses. What about one quotation? Let's see. one quotation, and it's not going to even sanitize one quotation. That means we can escape from this variable and inject our main script by using one quotation. So the bad thing about this website is that the programmer was trying to sanitize the input, but the sanitization was not really secure because it just sanitized like double quotation higher lower. It didn't sanitize one quotation and parentheses, which hacker use to inject their own JavaScript malicious code. So it's so important to sanitize all of the special characters which exist to avoid from XSS injection attack or cross-site scripting vulnerability. So in Python you can use HTML module, HTML escape in a Flask, but in PHP maybe that person used another method which wasn't so useful and helpful, so we are going to go to exploit it. So first, now we understand by injecting one quotation we can escape from the string, and here we can inject our XSS payload. Let's see, if I'm going to add one quotation, then I'm going to close the variable a, and then I'm going to close the variable, not whole of the variable a. I'm just going to say stop until hacker, and then I want to add another value and another code to this variable. So I'm going to say okay, do alert 1. But if I'm going to do that, we are going to see here it just escape from the value from escape from the variable here, the to one quotation. Then I add semicolon to say okay, stop this string, and then I inject my JavaScript code alert 1. But it's not going to get executed because of some different reason. First, this one quotation is just going to connect with this one quotation, and then semicolon gonna close everything. So from here to here it's okay because this one quotation gonna close this one quotation, and semicolon gonna stop everything from here. But what about here, alert 1 and one quotation? There is no meaning in alert 1 and one quotation. You are going to get error, you know, because you didn't close this one quotation, and this alert 1 is like in the sky, you know. It's like you're gonna close everything. In programming it's not like the way we should think. If you don't know programming, however, you have to know what I'm saying. For example, here test, oh sorry, not like that. Test.py test string. Here I'm going to put a string 1. Imagine that if I'm going to add one double quotation and then say Arshia, see, I get error. There is a red underline here, and the error is that you didn't, string is unterminated. That means you didn't close the string. How you can close it? Add the one double quotation, another double quotation. What about if I'm going to add one quotation then Arshia without this one quotation? I'm going to get error again because I need to close this one quotation. It's exactly the same. Here the hacker value is okay. The one quotation value is okay because you need to add this one quotation because you want to escape from the string. You want to escape from this string and from this variable. One semicolon is okay because if you are not going to put semicolon, it's not going to understand this one is different from this one. So you will put semicolon, so it will say okay, this one is another code, this one is another string, this one is another code, and this one is another thing. So $sign a variable a equal hacker, which is a string, and then semicolon, so close it. And then now it's another code, alert 1, which is a JavaScript code. That means alert something. Why alert is just going to work in the PHP code? Because this PHP variable exists in the script tag, that's why. Then one quotation. But as I told you, you need to close the quotation. So what I'm going to do, add one other quotation. If I'm going to do it, as we can see, it's like hacker, the semicolon, alert one quotation, one quotation. So we close one quotation, and then we use semicolon to close everything. That's good. But the problem is that, first let me show you this. I didn't get the alert, right? Because the problem is that here we close the hacker by semicolon, there we inject error code, then we didn't close it, and then we put one quotation and then close it. But we need to close it here as well. You know what I'm talking about? We need to close it here as well, and that's so important. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say alert 1, close it, semicolon, and after close it, let me see what's going to happen here. After close it, it is two double quotation, one quotation. What about if I'm going to copy this and inject it again here? Let's see if I'm going to get alert or not. I want to show you. See, I get alerts easily. I get alerts. That's the alert 1. So why? Because there is a string with the name of hacker here. Then I use one quotation here, and then I close it with semicolon. Then I inject my JavaScript code. Then I close it. Then I add another one quotation to close the last one quotation. Then I use semicolon again to finally close everything. So it's just going to work, because this code has a meaning. You know, it's going to work. It's not going. You are not going to get error. Even you can do what you can do. You can say, okay, after alert 1 semicolon, then do variable b, for example, equal with this test. Let me tell you, test, like that. But test is outside, so you are going to get error, because test need to be inside the one quotation. Even you can make it empty, honestly, or even you don't inject this variable b, which is a random variable. You don't need to do it, but I'm saying you can do it. Here you can say, okay, variable b is a completely empty variable. What about right now? It's not going to, you don't need to do it, honestly, but I'm saying you can do it. You know, you get alerted again, because there is a meaning. You are not going to get error. Imagine that there is a variable b with no string or no value inside it. You know, there is no meaning for that. You don't even need to do it, but I mean, you can. So what's trying to say, yeah, what did you learn from this lesson? What did you learn? The most important thing which in my opinion you learned was that sometimes you will understand there is some sanitization in the website, like HTML encode, but you have to check it out. You have to make sure which special characters are going to get encode, and if just some of them they are going to get encode, the rest of them, if the rest of them didn't get encode, check if you can abuse from the rest of the characters which didn't get encode and inject your malicious code. Because in this tutorial we learn, okay, programmer was trying to sanitize the input, but not successfully. Programmer sanitize the input and encode the double quotation, as you can see, and encode even higher and lower, as you can see, but programmer didn't encode one semicolon or one quotation. But programmer, if wanna do encoding and sanitize the parameter, like by encoding method, they need to encode all of the possible characters which hacker used to escape from the variable and string and inject their own code. That's why. So what do you learn? You learn to check it out and make sure if there is any sanitization or if there is any firewall, what kind of character they're going to get encode. If all of the characters that are going to get encode, you have to use some techniques like double encoding or other, you know, these kind of techniques. But I'm saying, like, you have to check it out, you know. You have to see, at least you have to see which character, and if there is some characters which didn't get encode, try to find a way to use those characters to escape from the variable, from the string, to inject your encode. And that was the purpose which you learned from this tutorial. I hope you love this tutorial. So XSS 07 solution, Pentesterlab, and here HTML encode characters. That's it. I hope you love this tutorial like before. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I'm Arshad Dev. If I'm going to go to my channel, is Security Hunter. I think you are going to learn a lot about my channel, about from my channel, about bug bounty, web hacking, cybersecurity stuff. So please subscribe me, support me. I hope I was enough helpful for you guys. See you later. Goodbye.